AZ. Out of San Rafael, California, driving the Ray Automotive DRC chassis, Little Whippersnappers Daycare and Preschool, Landmark Collision Repair Center, Richardson Trucking number 04. This weekend it is Frankie Guarini. Frankie Guarini in the 04. Guarini lap number 1, 24th quick at a 12.510. On the throttle round of the front straightaway, 12.714 in lap number 2. Jason Persley on track now at Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Apache Transport. Oak Craft Elegant Cabinetry, one-way power DRC chassis, Amsoil Beaver Stripes number 21 AZ. Persley, line number 1, 18th quick at a 12.237, 1:22.37 seconds for the 21 AZ. Does the Locust Grove, Oklahoma driver have anything more in the tank on turn number 4? Bounces her off of the cushion. Better, 12.164, again 12.164 seconds. That is 17 quick for Jason Persley. Out of Kansas, Illinois, driving the Epperson Painting Incorporated Claxton DRC chassis, PPG into Barry's number 2E. This is the throttle, Shane Cottle. Cottle in the 2E, 17 quick on lap number 1, 11.996, 11.996. Lap number 1 for Shane Cottle. Lap number 2, better, 11.656 seconds. 5th quick for Shane Cottle. 8 times a quick qualifier in his USAC racing career. Last time was Bloomington, was here in 2012. The one time he was a quick qualifier in USAC Sprint Car competition. Making his USAC Sprint Car debut out of Colleyville, Texas, driving the Second Opinion Auto Center, Stanton Max of Chassis, Pulse Racing Innovations, Kaiser Wills Dirt Defender, number 71W. This is Weston Gorham. Weston Gorham in the 71. 15 quick on lap number 2, 11.879. Lap number 1 was a 12.233. Justin Grant on track out of Ione, California. He pilots the NOS Energy Drink, Boat Foundation, Kistler, Maxim, Top Industries, MPV Express, Indy Custom Zone, Pro Source, and number 4. Grant, line number 1, 11.895, 11.895 seconds, puts him 17th quick right now. In the number 4 machine, pilots around the front straightaway. Does he improve on lap number 2? He does. 9th quick for Justin Grant, 11.778, 1:17.78 seconds. Taking time now, Matt Westfall out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio, driver of the Ray Marshall Motorsports, Buckeye Machine Fabricators, Tippy Waterwicks Filters, number 33M. 17th to 10th last year here in the Larry Rice Classic. Coming around lap number 1. Lap number 2 puts him 15 quick, 11.840. Lap number 1 was a 12.090 for the 33M. On track now at Greenfield, Indiana, driving the Altos Power Equipment, Valvoline, Hornbeck Concrete, Highsmith Guns, one-way power, DRC chassis number 15X. This is CJ Leary. CJ Leary in 15. 21st quick on lap number 1, 11.963 seconds for the driver with 3 wins on the season. 47 times in his career he has been a quick qualifier in USAC competition. Last year went to victory lane here, led all 30 laps. Comes around lap number 2, better, 19th quick at 11.917, 1:19.17 seconds. Out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Telstar Technologies, Reiner Power, Triple X Chassis, Davis Brothers, Fatheads, Hobson Family, number 69. It's the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Bacon, lap number 1, 22nd quick, 12.127 seconds. 18th here 1 year ago. 49 times a quick qualifier in his USAC Sprint Car career. 2 wins here at Bloomington in 2019 and 2021. Comes around lap number 2. Better on time, not position, 11.993, 1:19.93 seconds for Brady Bacon. Out of Fort Branch, Indiana, the Bandit Ag LLC, Davis Brothers, Superior Truck and Trailer, Amsoil, the Wig Meats, Ted Brown Quality Paint and Body, KO Motorsports number 5. This is Chase Stockin. Chase Stockin in the 5, 23rd quick on lap number 1, 12.117. 5 top 5s in this event. He's been 3rd twice. He was 7th here 1 year ago. Comes around lap number 2, still 22nd quick, 11.997, 1:19.77 seconds. On track now, the father-son owned operation, driven by Chance Crum. The Routine Racing Scott Miller Power Triple X Chassis Elliott's Custom Trailers at car number 26. Lap number 1, 28th quick at a 12:3:41, 1:23:41 seconds. Last outing on the season in USAC competition, 12th and 21st during Let's Race 2. Lap number 2 at a 12:039, better on time, again a 12:039 second lap. Working onto the back straightaway out of Coleman, Alabama, the Inferno Armor, Lynch Machining, Lucas Oil Center, Stanton Powered, Mach 1 Chassis, Rock City Racing at number 3R. This is Kevin Thomas Jr. Kevin Thomas Jr. in the 3R. Lap number 1, 12:220, 27th quick for the driver with 2 wins on the season. Does he have the line through 3 and 4? Hammer down to the front straightway. A little bit better. 25th quick at a 12:087 second lap, 1:2087 seconds. So 34 drivers taking time here tonight. You got your loop, Kenny. Driver qualifying 5th, Shane Cottle with an 11:656. Carson Garrett qualifying 4th at 11:609. Gabriel Gilbert was 3rd quick at an 11:602. Jaden Rogers 11:60. And tonight's quick qualifier comes to you out of Sebastopol, California. Driver the Restloff Properties, Scott's Performance Powered Maxim, Visa MasterCard, number 44E race fans. Give him a hand, Jeff Ensign, tonight's quick qualifier. So Honest Day Roofing qualifying wrapped up here.
Did we find Jeff?
So Leary's track record of a 10.685 remains intact. So Jeff Ensign, last time on track, was May 4th at Lincoln Park, had a 6th place finish. Finished 15th in this event last year, the former track champion here at Bloomington. Quick rundown of your Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Again, Jeff Ensign, tonight's quick qualifier for the first time this season. Jaden Rogers was 2nd quick, Gabriel Gilbert in 3rd, Carson Garrett in 4th, Shane Cottle qualifying in 5th tonight, Logan Seavey in 11.665 was 6th. Ricky Lewis, 11.704. Braden Fox, 11.775. Justin Grant, 11.778. And Anton Hernandez, 11.794. Your top 10 qualifiers. Kyle Cummins was 11th. Harley Burns in 12th. Trey Osborne was 13th. Then it was Matt Westfall, Mitchell Moles, Weston Gorham, Saban Bybent, CJ Leary, Robert Ballou, and Jake Swanson. Chase Stockin, Brady Bacon, Chance Crum, Kevin Thomas Jr., Dayson Pursley. Then Hunter Maddox, Matt Thompson, Todd Hobson, Braxton Cummings, and Joey Amantia. Lee Dacus, Frankie Carini, Zach Pretorius. And confirming with USAC official, Zach Pretorius missed the scales. That does disallow his time. So your quick rundown of your Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. But right now, we're going to go down to the front of the stands. I believe Christy.
Thank you, Brian. It's a good day to be Jeff Ensign. Today is his first career Honest Abe Roofing Fast Time Award. No better place to do it than at Bloomington Speedway. Jeff, a lot of really good laps around here for you. A fast race car and going out early in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Were those all equally important tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely an inside joke between me and the guys back there is I always want an early number, and I always get the big number. So tonight I was like, I'm going to try it opposite. So I was like, give me a big number, and I got 7. So it worked out in the long run. The boys are back there changing out an oil pressure gauge. Hopefully everything goes okay there. I got to thank my wife and family up here selling T-shirts, so go get you a T-shirt. Got to thank Ted and Rose Finkenbinder back home for supplying me with a badass motor, and yeah, all these guys back here working on the car, and getting us around here fast.
Lots of things that we love about Bloomington Speedway, one of them being that it's the epitome of a bull ring. We love a bull ring, and when we come to Bloomington Speedway and the track wears in pretty early like it has tonight, is it more important to try and search around on your second lap or try to build up that momentum even more?
Yeah, this place is definitely in momentum with the banking and everything. But what's funny is like all these guys gave me crap for bringing a 3-off out here from California because the tracks are dry. Well, I don't know how many quick times I got on a 3-off since I've been out here now, but that's definitely tops it right there.
So Jeff Ensign picks up his first career Honest Abe Roofing Fast Qualifier Award tonight at Bloomington Speedway for the Larry Rice Classic, Brian.
Quite the feat, and definitely out in California. He knows how to get around those bull rings, so a lot of training to get him ready here for Bloomington. As I do believe, looking down into the chute, we have our IMCA Race Saver Sprint cars. And the good doctor with the call on those, Mr. Sullivan.
Very good. Watching the human highlight reel, Jeff Ensign go up the bank there and making some more highlights. A big Honest Abe Roofing fast qualifying effort for the former Bloomington Speedway track champion. 305s on hand. I want to thank Bridalwood Consulting. They're one of our great sponsors of the 305s. They'll support the Hard Charger Award. And in fact, if you buy a 50-50 ticket, a secondary drawing will be for the Bridalwood Consulting prize pack, 2 general admissions, and a $10 food voucher. Well, we've only had 2 races this year at Bloomington Speedway, and this the 101st year of racing here at Bloomington. Well, the track is 101 years old. Obviously, was not in operation every one of those years, but it has been incredibly difficult to get an event in. Bradley Sterrett, a former modified champion, the most recent winner in the IMCA Race Saver 305s. Bradley was also an MSCS Sprint Car Rookie of the Year, so he spent some time in traditional sprint cars and in 305s. Last year, finished in the 4th position in points and did score a victory. Said, however, he felt the year was a struggle. We do group qualifying within groups on a regular basis at Bloomington, Lincoln Park, etc. So the first group of cars who come out will be qualifying against each other. And that's true for 3 flights of qualifying, 21 305s on hand tonight. Certainly want to thank the Curry Auto Sales Group, IU Teachers Credit Union, Lintz Paving, Rogers Group, Tom White, Real Estate, Langley Excavating, and Auto Body Specialist. Some of our great sponsors here at Bloomington Speedway. Looks like Keith Langley is lined up back there in the 26 machine. He's from right here in Bloomington. Good to have him with us. By the way, we want to wish a happy 5th birthday to Riker Ross from Mom, Dad, and Sis. Riker has joined us for his 5th birthday, and we hope he just has a great time. Well, Ethan Barrow was undefeated last year at Lincoln Park Speedway. That's the 14B machine. Ethan, former Paragon and Lincoln Park 410 Sprint Car champion, and was the champion both here and at Lincoln Park last year. As I noted, undefeated last year. Eric Parrott, the veteran in car number 45, always has, as befits his name, brightly painted cars for Todd Parrott Trucking. That's the 45 car you see entering now on turn number 2. That's Matt McDonald, the Pittsburgh, Indiana 5M cigar bar entry. Now, we've seen Matt, for the most part, in 410 traditional sprint cars. So, interesting move to see Matt McDonald in a 305. Ethan Fleetwood, a winner this year at Lincoln Park Speedway in car number 7 on the back straightaway. He's driven 410 cars, said first time in a race car, I believe he said, in 8 years. Always great to be in victory lane. Justin Matthews in the 13 machine tonight in turn number 2. That's Justin Matthews in the 13. There's a Liberty 7F of, as I mentioned, your winner already this year, Ethan Fleetwood at Lincoln Park Speedway. Tyson Lady, last year's Rookie of the Year from Fillmore, Indiana. Heading now into turn number 1, Tyson Lady. And I mentioned earlier, as he was in the chute, a veteran of the 305 ranks. That's Keith Langley in the 26. Every car that is due out in group number 1 is on track. Whoop, Keith Langley with trouble off of turn number 4. We mentioned this racetrack has been around for 101 years. We celebrated the centennial last year. And we often go over this. As you can see the contours of the racetrack, it was much longer at one point in time. South Central Indiana Racing Association, a regular here. The great years of Bob Kinzer, etc. Off of the backstretch, there's a creek that runs right along the backstretch there. And you're in a natural bowl. So occasionally when we have trouble with weather, it's not just the racetrack, it's also the parking lot and the pit area, given the water table there. But a beautiful surroundings. I've been here 31 years. The first time I came here to visit to discuss working here, it took my breath away, and that's never changed. So we're trying to work out the timing and scoring situation here. We've got a couple of different systems in play here, so you might need to be a little patient. I don't know if I'll be able to give some real-time timing and scoring information. I'm likely going to have to wait for a printout. And again, they qualify within groups. They're only qualifying against each other. Matters not if somebody's faster in the second flight. They are only lining up against each other. And then we'll use the picker wheel, as we call it, to determine our invert. Brian Hottie has shown them the flag. It's time to hustle. So again, just bear with us. We're going to have to.
It's on race monitor.
All right, it is.
Should be able to swap loop here.
Looks like the 13 of Tyson Lady, the quickest at 11.592. Ethan Barrow, the 14 machine, 11.674. Then the 7F of Ethan Fleetwood from Bloomington, 11.764. Excuse me, 11.764. Just not to confuse you, Barrow was 11.674. 39 machine, that's Justin Matthews from Bloomington. He's been a winner in this series, 11.774. His 26 of Langley turned an 11.910. 5M machine of Matt McDonald turned 11.941, and the 45 12.175. Nice to have Levi Hink with us from Sweet Springs, Missouri. Of course, the Hink family have been involved in racing for a long time in central Missouri, and that Sweet Springs Motorsports Park is a beautiful facility. And this family has certainly been a big part of the fact that Brady Bacon has won a couple of World of Outlaw events at Hobstadt Speedway, so good to have the Hinks with us. Carson Dillian from Terre Haute in the 83. Dylan Baldwin from Taylorsville, Kentucky in the 67B. John Walforth from Boonville in the 60. Two-time MSCS champion and sprint car racer Andy Bradley, the racing pilot from Bloomington, the 21X. John Painter Jr., good year last year in the 23P from Bloomington. And the excitable boy, winner last time out, Bradley Sterrett from Bloomington in the 21A. Andy and his brother, both Midwest Mini Sprint champions in their careers and very involved in a local racing scene. We saw Levi Hink at Lincoln Park Speedway, so nice to have him with us. Bradley drove a sprint car for longtime and legendary mechanic Darrell Tate over the course of his career. Dylan Baldwin in the 67B turns an 11.375. Bradley Sterrett right in the crest of the wave from last week, 11.418. 23P, John Painter Jr., 11.548. Carson Dillian in the 83, 11.550. Levi Hink, the 21H, 11.703. Had a conversation last night with National Sprinter Hall of Fame. Well, he's a former racer, but mainly for media. Bob Mays out of Lincoln, Nebraska, about the old days of the Saline County Speedway in Marshall, Missouri. I suspect the Hank haunted that place for a number of years. Woody Carpenter was a promoter for a number of years. Great old place. Sometimes serve you breakfast after the races on Sundays. Cody Workman's from Bloomington. He's in the 18 machine, which should see former track champion and Hornet driver Ryan Tusing from Santa Claus, Indiana, the 3C. Jordan Welch has been very fast in the 23J. He calls Clayton, Indiana home. Ashton Thompson from Salem, the 23T, does a lot of work with ovarian cancer awareness. Very interesting young woman from Salem. Blaine Ridgely from Bruceville, Indiana, the 11R. Barry Miller from Bedford in the 36M. And another surprise, we've got the anchorman, Kevin Studley, with us in the 57K. Does Richie Murray have a Kevin Studley shirt? Well, I don't know.
You know, we mostly only made smalls back. He didn't quite fit our demographic.
There's Ryan too singing by the 3C. In the early days, Hornets to the line, please. In the early days of this series, which really, now I can't speak for Northern Indiana, but for Central and Southern Indiana, the 305 class was really introduced here at Bloomington Speedway. And in the early days, a lot of the drivers came out of the Hornet ranks. So that's Ryan Tusing in the Willard Colfax infield. We did get one lap in early going, but Jordan Welch is the fastest. Family's had involvement with Bloomington Speedway over the years, so good to have Jordan Welch with us. You know, go back a year ago, Jordan Welch was your fast 11.334. He was a feature winner last year. Andy Bradley was, Ryan Tusing, Bradley Sterrett, Ethan Burrows. So drivers had success are here. Cody Workman, the 18, turned 11.611. The anchorman, Kevin Studley, 11.726. Blaine Ridgely, 12.061. Barry Miller, 12.179. Ryan Tusing and Ashton Thompson did not post a time. Brian Holbert's sharing a nickname for the anchorman I've never heard before, and I like it.
He is the one and only sponsor of the J Main at the Chili Bowl.
How about that?
The Kevin Studley J Main.
There you go.
Oh, always a good
You
time.
got to make your mark, and the anchorman has.
And every year we have to double check and make sure he's still in. He's like, well, of course.
The lowest pill, and the track had already kind of started to go away, and both ends were so different. So just take us through the challenges you had to face going out there.
I mean, it kind of is what it is. You know, we all got the same track. Cottle goes out 2 cars ahead of us and goes 5th, so an excuse would be nothing but that. So we just didn't get hot laps there. Had a little bit of a fuel issue. Went out there, and it was a little drier than what we thought. It is what it is. So, I didn't hit the greatest line. Probably cost us a spot or two, which would have put us on the front row of a heat. Now we qualified 25th and going to kind of be a pain in the ass to get ourselves through there. So other than that, you know, we're just going to have to work our way forward. You know, if we can miraculously win this heat here, that would be great. But, you know, it looks like we're going to be trying to come from the back of the feature.
That leads me to my next question. Obviously, qualifying does put you in a bit of a hole for the feature, but right now I'm sure your focus is going towards Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1. You start 7th, they take the top 5. Do you think the track's going to be racy enough and wide enough for you to make some passes to get into the feature?
I don't really think we have a choice, but, you know, I feel like it's going to be fine. Like, it's wider than what it was last year, both races, so I think there's plenty of room to pass. It's just whether or not, you know, we get the right brakes maybe, or, you know, we got a good enough car, we just drive around people. So hopefully both of those scenarios come into play, and we got ourselves, you know, I feel like if we can get to the top 3 and maybe get a caution, we could possibly pull off a win. But, you know, starting 7th, not everybody in front of you sucks. So they're all pretty good. So we'll have our hands full.
Some good insight from our daily driver, Kevin Thomas Jr. He starts 7th in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1.
From North Vernon, Indiana. Those of you watching on Flow, long-time racetrack down in North Vernon. Was the hometown of the great Pat O'Connor and Wilbur Shaw, 3-time Indianapolis 500 winner and former president of IMS. He is buried in the same cemetery as the great Pat O'Connor over in North Vernon. Connor Garrison in the 2C machine. That's Stanley Lane, the one. Stanley's been around these parts for some time now. I don't know how many folks we have from Kansas City area tuned in, but you might recall this. In the early days of the IMCA Modifieds, a longtime sprint car racer that was nicknamed by Dave Van Patten, the King of the Wing, Bobby Lane, who had won at Sedalia, Missouri, number was often a 01. He moved to the Modifieds, and he had a Vegas station wagon, and everyone was convinced that was a secret airfoil that allowed him to be so successful in the early days when the claim on an engine for the IMCA was about $150. No time. This is a straight practice session for the Hornets. All right, this is the final practice session. Again, probably should have said this before they hit the track last time. These cars are not qualifying. We don't have transponder data. This is a strict hot lap session for the Hornets. There will be 2 heat races for the Hornets later on in the program. That's Paul Arthur from Springville, Indiana, in the 2J machine. 531 of Preston Wrighthouse. Well, I guess it's a 2-car showdown right now. There's Christie. Oh, I think we had a driver that didn't have their gloves, and we asked them to go back, and they might have come a cropper over in the push-off chute. Todd Dazenbrock and the K9 machine. Right now, there's not much bite in the dog. And there's the checkered flag for that session. What? Hi, folks. Welcome to Bloomington Speedway. If you would please rise at this time if you're able. And gentlemen, remove your hats. Before we get going with our invocation and anthem, we often have races like this that are named for individuals. We don't take the time necessary to recognize and to underscore who they are. This is the Larry Rice Classic. I could probably speak for 30 minutes on Larry Rice. The racing accomplishments are clear. He won a USAC National Midget Championship. His father bought a race car from the great Leroy Warner. They were a father and son team. Larry was a school teacher before he became a full-time racer. He's an outstanding midget racer, raced with the Shannon brothers in Dayton, Ohio. In Silver Crown competition, he won 2 championships, national championships. He won the Hoosier 100, and that meant the world to Larry Rice to win that race. He was the co-rookie of the year at the Indianapolis 500 with who? With 4-time winner Rick Mears, a legend. His first 500, he had to get out of his car and walk to the racetrack on 16th Street because of the crowd. We all know those racing accomplishments, and that enough has landed him the National Midget in the USAC Hall of Fame, and rightfully so. But Larry Rice's reach went way, way beyond that. And many of you know this. When he developed that bond with Gary Lee in those days of ESPN Thunder, he introduced this form of racing to a whole new audience. With his infectious personality, his sayings, his innate understanding of the sport, his ability to communicate that to fans who didn't know it before. And that's why when drivers came for the Brickyard 400, the first thing they wanted to do was to go see a sprint or a midget race. That's one of the things Larry Rice brought. Larry Rice was also a man of incredible integrity. I can't underscore how much integrity he had as a human being, how kind he was as a human being, just how good he was as a human being. When he wasn't racing, he was involved in K&K Insurance, helping insure racetracks like this, making sure race drivers were safe. He passed that love of sport on to his own family, as you well know, and Robbie Rice is an entrant championship, once solo and once with a partner, which I know made Larry incredibly proud. We're proud to have this race here for one of our native sons from Indiana in his name, because he truly was the definition of great. There's a difference between winning a points battle and being a champion. And Larry Rice was a champion. This is a Bloomington tradition. It's unusual. We could be sorrowful about Larry Rice, but we're joyous about what he meant. Can I have a round of applause, please, for the great Larry Rice? And if you're pleased, remain standing. Dave Thompson, American Racing Ministries, will offer our invocation.
Let's pray. Father, we are just thankful for the day that you've given us, thankful for the traveling mercies getting everyone here. We're thankful for this sport of auto racing and for the Rice family and what they mean to Bloomington and what they mean to our sport. Pray that you would just be with our drivers and crews tonight, help them have a great evening and a safe evening, and I pray that you would just bless us with your safety as we, throughout the night and through the weekend. We ask that you would just guide us and direct us in the days ahead and help us have a great event. We ask it all in your son's name. Amen.
Remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Club, that man right there and this woman dedicate their lives to children that need direction and guidance, and God bless them for it.
Out to the Speedway, and we're just about ready to go. The first of 4 heat races here at Bloomington Speedway. Again, 34 drivers checking in. If you're just joining us on the FloRacing broadcast, the human highlight reel, Jeff Ensign. First time in his career, the quick qualifier with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. So the 4-heat form at a 24-car inversion at a qualifying will put your quickest qualifier to the right of row number 3 in heat race number 1. Likewise, second fastest to the right of row number 3 in heat race number 2. They'll build that all the way up to the front row and then fill in from there straight up by qualifying time. Heat race number 1 brought to you by Simpson Race Products. Drivers will begin to push out to the Speedway, and the lineup when they go to green set to look like this. Driver on the pole out of Anaheim, California, the Honest Abe Roofing, Bennick Enterprises, Claxton DRC Chassis number 2B. It's going to be Jake Swanson lining up to his right. Driver all the way from Colleyville, Texas, his first career night of racing here with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Cars. In the Second Opinion Auto Center, Stanton Maxim Chassis, Dirt Defender, Kaiser Wheels, number 71W. That's going to be Weston Gorham. Next row from the inside, you'll find Rylan Gray out of Greenfield, Indiana, driving the Gray Auto Lucky 7 Technologies, MPI, Bennick Enterprises 06. And for the 4th starting spot, it'll be Justin Grant. He's out of Ione, California, driving the NOS Energy Drink, Bow Foundation, Kistler, Maxim Top Industries, number 4. Next row from the inside, that'll be the Throttle, Shane Cottle out of Kansas, Illinois. In the Epperson Painting Incorporated, M2 Bearings, PPG, Claxton DRC Chassis number 2E. And tonight's quick qualifier, like I said, to the right of row number 3 out of Sebastopol, California, driving the Reslop Properties, Visa and MasterCard powered, Maxim number 44E. That is Jeff Ensign. Next row from the inside, Kevin Thomas Jr. He's out of Coleman, Alabama, the Inferno Armor Lynch Machining, Stanton Machwell Chassis, Rock City Racing number 3R. And for the 8th starting spot in 44, that'll be Todd Hobson. He's out of Clyde, Victoria, Australia, driving the Drew Fab One-Way Performance DRC Chassis, Electric Works number 44. Final starter set to be the driver out of San Rafael, California, and the Ray Automotive Little Whippersnappers Daycare and Preschool, the Shine Shop, Richardson Trucking 04. That is Frankie Guarini. As that'll be your scheduled lineup here in Simpson Race Products, heat race number 1 of 4. Heat race number 2 brought to you by Rada Supply, heat race number 3 by TJ Forge, and Car IQ bringing you heat race number 4. Everybody going to make the call here for Simpson Race Products, heat race number 1. Jake Swanson, driver on the pole here of your opening heat race, comes into tonight 13th in tour standings. Kevin Thomas Jr. lined up deep in this one. He'll go for the inside of run number 4. Thomas currently 2nd. Of course, you can find the full rundown of point standings at USACRacing.com. Make sure you swing by the souvenir trailer again for the United States Auto Club. All the fresh race day swag that you need. Also, blankets available. 2 different styles of blankets, so it's starting to get a little chilly here as the sun begins to make its way past the western horizon. Maybe you need a little extra cover. Maybe you forgot yours and you want to roll around in the grass a little bit, or not roll around in the grass in this case. Go grab yourself a blanket from the USAC souvenir trailer. And while you're there, sign up for AMSOIL inside the oval. As we get ready to go, Heat Race number 1, powered by Simpson Race Products, will make its way out for turn number 4. They find this NOS Energy start can, and we go to green. Jake Swanson going to lead the charge into turns 1 and 2. Nearly 4 wide they were. 4 wide for that second spot there for a moment. Coming out on top of that little battle is going to be Rylan Gray. Justin Graham right now sitting in third. The 71, Weston Gorham running in the 4th spot. Battle for the 5th position. You got Cottle working to the inside. The 44, Vincent working to the outside. Top 6 drivers going to move on here out of the heat races. As up front, it is Swanson, the Honest State Roofing number 2B right now. Rylan Gray still running that second spot. Swings wide. Justin Grant going to look to the inside. He's got the run. He's got the runner-up spot. Justin Grant up into second. 3 wide for third into turns 3 and 4. Close quarters racing on the outside. Rylan Gray trying to hold on to it. Shane Cottle moving up into that 3rd spot. Everybody swinging wide. The 2E with the advantage on the bottom. As they'll work onto the back straightaway, it is Swanson with the advantage in this one since the word go. Justin Grant sitting in the 2nd spot. Shane Cottle in 3rd. Ensign in 4th. Thomas in 5th. Rylan Gray back to 6th. Weston Gorham in 7th. Garini and Hobson right now running at your running order. A lot of smoke off of the 44. Jeff Ensign coming off of the engine hot and heavy here as they work onto the back straightaway. A lot of oil dumping out of that machine. We'll see if it's able to make it the distance as they're going to come around this time. 7 laps completed. Swanson continues to lead. Grant in that 2nd spot. Cottle running in 3rd. White flag in the air. 10 laps of distance, and Justin Grant going to try to steal one away here as they work into turns 3 and 4. Had a run off the exit of the 2nd turn. Trying to get there. Can't get it done, though. Swanson going to pick the heat race win. Justin Grant in 2nd. Cottle in 3rd. Ensign in 4th. Thomas in 5th. Gorham in 6th. Gray, Garini, and Hobson unofficially running out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, got the jump and gets the win. The driver out of Anaheim, California. He pilots the Honest State Roofing, Bennick Enterprises, Claxton DRC number 2B race fans. Give him a hand, Jake Swanson. Justin Grant crossing in 2nd. Shane Cottle in 3rd. Jeff Ensign in 4th. Kevin Thomas Jr. in 5th. Weston Gorham in 6th. Rylan Gray, Frankie Garini, and Todd Hobson unofficially rounding out your field in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1. Run Supply Heat Race number 2 begin to make its way out to the Speedway. Chase Stock and slated for the pole position at Fort Branch, Indiana. The Bandit Ag LLC, Davis Brothers, Fisher DRC chassis number 5S, and to his right, set to be Sabin Bybin. Bybin out of Cincinnati, Ohio, the Epoxy Systems International, J&D Powered, Triple X chassis signed by Trey, number 98. Next row for the inside, that will be Trey Osborne. He's out of Columbus, Ohio, the Industrial Hydraulics Incorporated, DRC chassis, Bull Wraps and Graphics number 6T. And outside of him, Anton Hernandez out of Arlington, Texas, in the Baldwin Fox Racing, DRC chassis, PXP Raceware, Nuck Investments number 5. Next row for the inside, you'll find Logan Stevie out of Sutter, California, the current points leader with the USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car Championship. In the Abacus Racing Indy Custom Stone, Stanton DRC chassis, MPV Express number 57. Lining up to his right, the 17 GP, the driver coming to us out of Worthington, Indiana, the Lifestyle Homes, Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Griffiths Propane Pro Source, number 17. That is going to be Jaden Rogers. As you look back to your 4th row for the inside, all the way from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Apache Transport One-Way DRC chassis, Beaver Stripes, AMSOIL number 21AZ. That is Dason Pursley. Next to him, it will be Braxton Cummings. He's out of Bedford, Indiana, driving the DR Excavating, DRC chassis, Pro Vision, Kindred Spirits, number 71B. And your final starter, driver in 9, Zach Pretorius out of Yorktown, Indiana, driving the Oaks Motors. Pizza King, Claxton DRC chassis, Hoosier Roots, FK Shocks, number 9Z. as that'll be your lineup here for Ride Supply Heat Race number 2. And I misspoke, top 5. Again, top 5 moving on. So the Toyota Racing Development Pace truck going to go ahead and make its way down into the infield. Again, Stockin, Bybend on that front row. Osborne, Hernandez in row number 2. Seavey, then Rogers, row number 3. Pursley, then Cummings in row number 4. Pretorius in 9. Again, missed the scales as time was disallowed. In Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, we'll see what he can do from the back of the field. Top 5 going to move on. We're after it. Field off and running side by side with that second spot. Bybend working top shelf with that home-built horsepower under the hood, trying to steal it away from the 5 of Hernandez. Right now, the Baldwin Fox Racing entry going to have the position, but it's going to be Stockin out in front of the field. Logan Seavey finds some bite off of the cushion. Will stands a little bit off of turn number 2 and absolutely blows the paint off everybody as he takes over that 3rd spot. So Seavey going to pick up 2 spots and a shot there as he moves up into 3rd, looking for 2nd on the outside. He's got it. The Abacus Racing number 57. Again, started the season off with 7 consecutive podium finishes. He was 3rd in this event last year. Also finished 3rd in 2018. Look out in the 5. Hernandez got her up on the bike a little bit, brings it back down. Battle a little bit further back in the field right now. You got Trey Osborne under fire from the Michael Dutcher Motorsports Griffin's Propane number 17. Jane Rogers trying to get into a transfer spot here. The tall one working top shelf. Now going to dive it across the racetrack. It's a little tight. Loses some ground now as it looks like the 17 going to gain a little bit of insurance here. Works to the inside of the 21 AZ of Dason Pursley. That'll be the battle for the 4th position as Stockin in command of this one in the Bandit Ag number 5. Seavey closing in quickly though as he worked to the high side of the Speedway. Finds the roadblock. Turns to the inside. Run for the lead. He's got it. Logan Seavey takes over the race lead into turns 3 and 4. Coming around to click off lap number 7. Again, 10 laps the distance here in these heat races. 3 wide, slide them up and slide them out here. The 21 AZ of Dason Pursley. Top shelf, works by, fins off the charge of the 5 of Hernandez and the 17 GP of Jaden Rogers. Rogers takes over the 4th spot. Hernandez back to the transfer spot. And Trey Osborne trying everything he can to reel them in here as they come to the white flag and 1 to go. Caution lights will come on. Eight laps officially completed. Driver is stopping on the high side of turn number 2. Lee Braxton Cummings, the driver, parked broadside of the field up off the high side of the Speedway. They will get him down the embankment and give him the push back on the racing surface. As right now the 71 going to refire. Let's take it down trackside to Drake.
Brian, the driver who's probably had the most eventful heat races, Jaden Rogers. He started 6th on the field with that good effort in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, and it just seemed like he couldn't find a clean piece of real estate. He probably bumped in the back of a couple of cars. Actually, him and Logan Seavey tangled off at turn number 2 on lap 1, and yet he has still found himself into a transfer spot. And that Michael Dutcher Motorsports 17 GP has been rolling the bottom really well the last couple laps. We'll see if he can do anything on this late restart.
You know, you talk about a run, Drake, and that run he had when they went 3 wide. You had the 5, you had the 17, you had the 21 all right there coming off of turn number 2. And it was the 21 coming out on top of that battle. Dason Pursley, the Sooner driver. As we go back to green, now Stockin. Going to peek back to the inside, see if he can reclaim the top spot. Nothing happening there. Battle for 3rd. Speaking of Jaden Rogers and Dason Pursley, they're going to go at it one more time. White flag out once again. Lifestyle Holmes, number 17. Going to see if he can get one more here. Finds the grip on the inside of turn number 2. Big run to the back straightaway. Oh, we've got one up off of the racing surface. Keeps it rolling, though. Checkered flag is going to drop in this one. And Logan Seavey going to pick up heat race number 2, powered by Rod and Supply. Jaden Rogers with the last lap pass, nipped second. Chase Stockin in third. Dason Persley in fourth. Anton Hernandez, the final transfer into the feature event. Zach Pretorius, Saban Bybin, Braxton Cummings, and Trey Osborne off at the top of the Speedway. Unofficially going to be scored in the 9th position. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he hails out of Center, California. He pilots the Abacus Racing, Indy Custom Stone, Stanton DRC Chassis, Forecheck Marketing, MPV Express, number 57 race fans. Give him a hand, Logan Seavey. Seavey grabbing the win. Jaden Rogers in second. Chase Stockin in third. Dason Persley in fourth. Anton Hernandez in fifth. Zach Pretorius in sixth. Saban Bybin in seventh. Braxton Cummings in eighth. And Trey Osborne, again, unofficially, with the 9th and final position. TJ Ford's heat race number 3 is set to make its way out to the Speedway as the Toyota Race Development Pace truck makes its way down the front straightaway. Driving the pole, this one comes to you out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The Telstars Technologies rider, XXX Chassis, Davis Brothers, Fatheads, Hobson family, number 69. It's going to be the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Lining up to his right, that will be C.J. Leary. He's out of Greenfield, Indiana. The driver currently third in USAC Amsoil Sprint Car Championship standings. In the Altos Power Equipment, One Way Technologies, DRC Chassis, BGE Darty Motorsports, Highsmith Guns, number 15X. Next row from the inside in 33, that'll be Matt Westfall. He's out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio. The Ray Marshall Motorsports, Buckeye Machine Fabricators, Gressman DRC Chassis, number 33M. And to his right from fourth, it'll be Kyle Cummins. He's out of Princeton, Indiana. The Avanti Window and Door, Premier Recycling, Apache Transport, Stanton Mach 1 Chassis, number 3P. Ricky Lewis inside of row number 3. He's out of Camarillo, California, driver of the Physical Medicine Consultants. Stinson Race Engine, DRC Chassis, D-Transport, Mesquite Valley Transportation, number 41. And lining up to his right in 10, that will be Gabriel Gilbert. He's out of Greenwood, Indiana, driver of the Hawk Chassis Chevrolet, number 10G. The 24M Hunter Maddox out of Bedford, Indiana. The Airmasters Heating and AC, Tommy D's Windows, Doors, and more. Precision Guttering, Diversified Lawn Care, number 24M. Going from the 7th starting spot, and final starter set to be Joey Amantia. He's out of Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. The JPA Masonry, Newman, XXX Chassis. Amantia Real Estate, Stinger Fuels, number 88. As that'll be your scheduled lineup here in TJ Ford's heat race number 3. Again, 10 times around. Top 5 going to move on directly into your feature event. So Bacon and Leary get in that front row. Westfall Cummins in row number 2. Lewis, Gilbert, row number 3. Maddox, Amantia, row number 4. So once you make it into the feature event, starting position determined by qualifying time. 6 fastest at the front, with the 6 fastest qualifiers who transferred through their heat race inverted by their qualifying time in the first 3 rows. For positions 1 through 6, if a heat race winner is not in the top 6 inversion, that driver will be lined up directly behind the 6-car invert based off of their qualifying times, followed by the balance of the field, again based on that time. 24 cars slated to start, not including the provisional. So that time will follow you throughout the night. We'll see who it's going to pay off for as we get ready to go. They come around to the NOS Energy start can. Bacon finds the throttle, and we go to green. Bacon around the bottom, Leary around the top. Drag race onto the back straightaway. Who's going to have the advantage into 3? Leary down the track, gets the left side tire up a little bit, but he's going to walk away with the top spot here as they complete lap number 1. Out Cummins on the inside with the 3P. Looked for second, had it at the line. Bacon going to slingshot back around him through turns 1 and 2. Oh, Brady, look out. All kinds of sideways, and they are scrambling. Matt Westfall ends up going off of the racetrack somehow. Everybody avoids catastrophe. We remain green in this one. As it'll be Leary out front, Bacon running in second, Cummins running in third. Ricky Lewis trucking in that 4th spot. Hunter Maddox right now with a final transfer spot as caution lights come on. And officials out checking the racetrack right now as Catch a replay here on the FloRacing broadcast. Get a look at everything that happened where Bacon goes in, over-rotates the car, saves it, mashed to the throttle. Everybody behind him, though, having a scramble. See Westfall, him in the 10. They about hooked bumpers. Luckily, everybody coming unhooked and continuing on, but the caution light's coming on. So that will put that 33M back up towards the field. He had lost a huge amount of distance. As Leary leads, Bacon holding on to that second spot. Cummins running in third, Lewis running in fourth, Maddox. Those are your 5 transferring drivers right now. Round of the NOS Energy start. Can we go back to green? Cummins in the Avanti window and door number 3 down to the inside of Bacon's Telstar Technologies number 69. Onto the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. Bacon going to let the right rear eat around to the front straightaway. Advantage to the 3P though. Looking for more as they hit the back straightaway. Banking going to change tactics. He'll try the inside, runs it down the banking. Has a run into turns 3 and 4. Not enough, though, as it continues to be. C.J. Leary leading. Cummins still running that second spot. Bacon back up to the top in turns 1 and 2. Big run to the back straightaway. Keep your eye on him. So far, not able to get the run to get back to the second spot. Bacon, though, not giving up on the outside line. Right there on the back of the 3 as they work through into turns 1 and 2. A bobble on the part of Brady, though. Saves it, but that opens the door for Ricky Lewis to make his way by. With the slide into turns 3 and 4, he will rooster tail off of the cushion. And he's got it. Ricky Lewis up into the 3rd position. Bacon getting shuffled back to 4th. Amantia, in the meantime, has taken over the final transfer spot as they'll come around to 2 to go. Next time by, white flag coming in this one. Ooh, look out. The 10G tips that right rear off of the front straightaway. Hard contact into the cushion. Man, thought he was going to end up in the parking lot for a second. As they come around, final trip around begins now. C.J. Leary comfortably this time into turn 3. He'll work out of turn number 4. Checkered flag going to drop. And TJ Fort's heat race number 3. And the BGE Darty Motorsports number 15X going to grab the heat race win. Kyle Cummins in 2nd. Ricky Lewis in 3rd. Brady Bacon in 4th. And Joey Amantia with the final transfer spot into the feature event. Matt Westfall gets back up to 6th. Gabriel Gilbert and Hunter Maddox unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, driver of the BGE Darty Motorsports, Highsmith Guns, Altos Power Equipment, one-way DRC number 15X, the driver to Greenfield, Indiana. Give him a hand, C.J. Leary. Leary with the win. Kyle Cummins in 2nd. Ricky Lewis in 3rd. Brady Bacon in 4th. Joey Amantia crossing in 5th. Matt Westfall, Gabriel Gilbert, and Hunter Maddox unofficially rounding out your field. Car IQ Heat Race number 4 will begin to push out to the Speedway. Driver on the pole. This one's Edison Holmish, Washington. The Brudine Racing, Scott Baylor, Triple X, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, number 26. It's going to be Chance Crum. Lining up next to him, Robert Ballou. He's out of Rockland, California. The Suburban Subaru, Deaton's Waterfront Services, Donut DRC Chassis, Hinchman Indy, Dragonfly Aviation, number 12. Second row from the inside, the 19AZ. Driver coming to you out of Raisin City, California, the AME Electrical, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Walker Filtration, Stanton Spike Chassis number 19. That's going to be Mitchell Moles. As we look to his right, in 16, that's going to be Harley Burns. He's out of Brazil, Indiana, driving the Youngblood Farms. D&J Performance, DRC Chassis, Jason Kiefer Racing, number 16. Next row from the inside, Braden Fox out of Avon, Indiana, driving the Jarvis Enterprises, Fox Power, DRC Chassis, Fox Brothers Racing, number 53. He'll go from the 5th starting spot, and the driver lining up in 6, Carson Garrett out of Littleton, Colorado. Then the Altos Power Equipment, Hornbeck Concrete, one-way DRC Chassis, number 15. Final row from the inside, the 26T, the driver from right here in town in the Roans Garage, Stat Tool, Clark Excavating, Roans Garage, number 26T. That's Matt Thompson. And your final starter comes to you all the way from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The Flying Game Motorsports, J&D, DRC Chassis, number 21X. That is Lee Dacus. As that'll be your lineup here for Car IQ Heat Race number 4. Dacus, his last outing, May 4th. Up at Lincoln Park, ended up with a 16th place finish. Chance Crum making his first start of the season last week during Let's Race 2 up at Eldora. 12th and 21st, respectively, on the weekend. 5 career feature starts with USAC Sprint Car competition. Midgets is where we really got to know him. Has 47 career starts with the USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midget Championship. Driver lining up next to him, got the win by 0.016 seconds on night number 1 of Let's Race 2, Robert Ballou. has not gone to victory lane in USAC competition here at Bloomington. However, he did win with MSCS in 2019. That was the Josh Burton Memorial, his last win here at Bloomington. Finished 8th 1 year ago here in the Larry Rice Classic. So we'll see what the 2015 USAC National Sprint Car Champion can do. Starting on the right of row number 1, Mitchell Moles inside of that second row. Harley Burns, the defending track champion, 2-time winner so far this season here in the 16, lining up in the 4th starting spot. Braden Fox, grandson of legendary Galen Fox, inside of that 3rd row. Carson Garrett next to him. Matt Thompson. Lee Dacus rounds out your lineup. On to the NOS Energy start can we go, and we go to green. Crum going to slide it up and take the top spot here with the 26. Ballou going to follow on the back straight with the 19. Working that inside. Moles not able to get the advantage on Ballou. Robert hard on the throttle around to the front straightaway, but it's going to be Chance Crum leading lap number 1. Ballou round the bottom, rotates nicely, and you've got a new leader to the back straightaway. Robert Ballou takes over the top spot here in Car IQ Heat Race number 4. Little bit of bobble through turns 3 and 4. Is Crum close enough to capitalize? He's not. Chance Crum not there fast enough now. Has to deal with Mitchell Moles, the Californian, working to the inside to take over the 2nd spot. Crum back to 3rd. Top 3 drivers on a bit of a breakaway right now. Sitting in the 4th position, that will be Harley Burns. And the 16, Braden Fox right now with a final transfer into the feature event. Carson Garrett, Matt Thompson, and Lee Dacus currently running out your running order. Dacus working the top side, trying to not be last here in the 21X here. Gets the right rear up into the fluff. Saves it though. As a battle in front of them, that will be for a transfer spot into the feature event. Carson Garrett trying to avoid putting more laps on the engines here. The 53 of Fox trying to fend him off right now. Braden continues to hold on to the 5th position. Oh, look out, Crum to the outside into the cushion. Falls back to the 4th position. Thought he was going to fall to 5th there for a second, and he just might. In fact, he does at the line. It will be Braden Fox up to 4. Chance Crum back to 5th. The 26 going to pedal hard on the outside to try to not fall into a B-main here. Semi-feature bound right now is the 15. And the A is the 26. Not for long, though. Ooh, look out, Crum on the outside. Braden Fox had to wait on the car a little bit that time off of turn number 2. Good battle for the transfer spot. It is still Braden Fox, Chance Crum. Down into the final laps of this one, though. White flag is out, your leader. Robert Ballou going to find it in the front straightaway. Mitchell Moles in 2nd. Those 2 drivers gone for the rest of the running order. They're still side by side for the 4th spot. Garrett loses some ground to that battle now. Crum going to get some breathing room on the outside. Checker flag is out for Robert Ballou. Ballou grabs the win. Mitchell Moles going to cross in 2nd. 3rd. Going to go to Harley Burns. Chance Crum ends up in 4th. And Braden Fox with the final transfer spot into the feature event. Carson Garrett, Matt Thompson, Lee Dacus, they're all going into your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. So your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he hails out of Rockland, California, the Suburban Subaru, Amy Gardner Roofing Factory, Kane Dragonfly Aviation, Deaton's Waterfront Service, number 12, race fans, give him a hand, Robert Ballou. Ballou grabbing the win, Mitchell Moles in 2nd, Harley Burns in 3rd, Chance Crum in 4th, Braden Fox in 5th, Carson Garrett, Matt Thompson, Lee Dacus unofficially rounding out your field, as that will wrap up heat races for the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. I do believe IMCA Race Saver Sprint Cars will be up next. And we will turn things back over to Dr. Patrick Sullivan.
Thank you very much, me. Hey, by the way, I was handed a note a few minutes ago. One was written down. My heart beat really, really hard. I was all excited. But what it said in the final analysis was, happy 30th birthday to Bailey Barrow. And that's Ethan Barrow's sister. And Ethan, who was so tough, and he's been tough in this division for a long time, will be out in heat race number 1. Brought to us by the Brawley Group. Matt McDonald from Pittsburgh will be out in